Ooh, happy Thursday, November 4th. Uh, kind of chilly out here now. I've gotten the weather I wanted to. We are officially watching the leaves fall off the trees. It's about 50 something degrees here right now, which is heaven for me. Allergies are still killing me, still fucking up my voice, but I'm alive and well. How are you guys doing? This is going to be a super duper 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 quick one. Simply because I got to get up early in the morning. Tomorrow's Friday, and plus we'll also be streaming later on the day. We'll be doing Sci-Fi Center live in its normal spot back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, this is probably going to be about maybe a 20 or 30 minute stream. So, but like I said, I didn't. I don't think I went on last night, so I don't like to go consecutive days without not going in. So let's see if I don't know if we're completely connected. Hold on, let me see. If yeah, something's going on with StreamYard. So yeah, this is going to be a really quick stream. And comments. There we go. Okay, so relatively slow news day today. Some of the stuff that happened the last couple of days I was pretty excited about was the renewal of Sandman, one of my favorite Netflix shows, um, got greenlit for a season 2. So that made me smile. And so let me bring that up real quick. How you doing, Mr. CDDV? Yeah, it's something's going on with it keeps popping in and out because I'm watching it on my stream and I don't see me. Okay, so now you're starting to file in, so maybe it's just delayed. Let me bring this up for you guys. I'll let it. I think there's a delay, but I'll let it work itself out. And in the meantime, I'm going to read this article because, like I said, to me it is good news. And share and don't share that screen and add to stream. All right. So, like I said, so far, biggest news of the week for me, at least. Like I said, it's been a Stozy week. Sandman renewed for season 2 at Netflix. Exclusive. This is from Deadline. Netflix has greenlit a second season of Neil Gaiman's The Sandman. Deadline understands that the streamer is bringing back the comic book adaptation after various conflicting reports started to surface online. The Sandman, which launched as part of at the start of August, was watched for 69.5 million hours in the first week, doubling. This is second to 127.5 million, scoring 77.2 million in the third week, and getting a 53.8 million in its fourth. The renewal confirmation follows an accidental leak on Wednesday by DC Comics' official Twitter page. They since deleted the tweet. The dream continues. The Sandman will return with new episodes based on multiple volumes of Neil Gaiman graphic novel to explore more stories of the endless. It came after the cancellation rumors started circling on social media, with Gaiman calling out the fake Twitter account. The 10-episode series, based on Neil Gaiman's DC Comics series of the same name, follows Morpheus, Tom Sturridge, the personification of dreams and one of the seven endless, is captured in an occult ritual in 1916. After being held captive for 106 years, Dream, also Sturridge, escapes and sets out to restore his realm, the dreaming. Other series stars include Boyd Holbrook as Corinthian, who was awesome in that role. Vivian, Ashay Pong as Lucian. Patton Oswalt as the voice of Matthew the Raven. He's kind of annoying. David Thewlis as John D. Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer Morningstar. Jenna Coleman as Joanna Constantine. And Kirby Howell Patif as Death, among others. She was great in that as well. A surprise bonus episode was released in August, featured stories from Neil Gaiman's graphic novels A Dream of a Thousand Cats and Calliope, featuring guest appearance of Sandra Oh, James McAvoy, David Tennant, and Michael Sheen. Alan Heinberg executive produced alongside Neil Gaiman and David S. Goyer, who's a name I think us comic book guys and are very familiar with, Man of Steel. Gaiman, Goyer, and Heinberg are also co-writers of the project. Netflix declined to comment. They really don't need to. They pretty much said it there. So I'm so happy. Yeah, it hasn't sent out a notification for the stream. I don't know why. Something's up because I'm clearly watching me on Poindexter Network. That's just weird, man. I mean, I see 10 people here, but I don't see you guys are fluctuating in and out, but that's okay. Like I said, this is going to be a super quick one anyway. I am just basically here to say hi, here to bring about that news. One of the weird things of doing this on a semi-daily basis is you cover a lot of stuff, and it doesn't have you don't have a lot to really attack unless something happens the day of. But like I said, tomorrow for Sci-Fi Center Live, and Saturday for Sci-Fi Center Overnight, we're going to be going over, some topics. I'll actually have some topics lined up. We'll be talking some wrestling, some crazy shit going on with Crown Jewel and with WWE. It may or may not happen. I guess there's intelligence that there may be the Iranians might attempt to attack WWE's Crown Jewel, but if it's on, I'll watch it and I'll review it. Also, in about an hour, I'm going to watch some New Japan. They got some title matches, and Will Ospreay will be wrestling. I love watching him wrestle. And we are going to be going to see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So I'll be doing a straight out of the theater review of that. I'm also going to be talking about our expectations for that movie tomorrow. I think as great as the movie is going to be, and I see no reason why it's going to be, I am going to have to fight the specter that I am watching in Memorial and not a film. And to me, that's always been tough. I watch films to get away from real life. And here I am watching a Memorial, and I don't know. I'm going to do my best to be objective and try to shake that. But if it is so interlaced within the movie, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I don't know if it's designed for me too. So I'm going to be giving my expectations of that film. Also, we're going to be setting up a giveaway because I am going to be sending some of you to go see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever next week when it opens, and that won't matter anywhere you're at. You don't have to be local in Las Vegas to be a part of that. I'm also going to be doing some Top Gun, and I'm a couple other Blu-rays. We've hooked up with a company that we're doing promotions for that we'll be doing some Blu-ray giveaways and digital giveaways for you guys, for those of you guys who are still into physical media. So we got a lot planned, and also I'm going to be working with Dade and Dade and Stella. These kids, I'm losing my mind. And to come up with something new to replace our Game of Thrones thing. We'll be still streaming on Monday. I'm not Monday, but Sunday nights. It'll just be a little bit later. The let's see, something is wrong. This is a weird StreamYard site, so we're just going to mark this off as just a weird night. But for those of you who do get the notification and do watch it on a restream or replay, let me know if you see any issues with it because I'm getting a lot of weird stuff going on my screen here. But yeah, we're going to be doing instead of doing the 6:30 show that we were doing with House of the Dragon, I'm going to be coming up with something that we can discuss, and it'll be topical. And we'll go ahead and start doing that. It'll probably be later on Sunday evening, like late, like 10, 11 o'clock, because my schedule has changed since we are not doing. Hey, Vince, how you doing? Yeah, I'm only going to be on for a little bit. Like I said, this is just putting out some of the news that I've heard. I'm having issues with my StreamYard. I think StreamYard's having some issues across the board because I'm flickering in and out. So I just wanted to put out information that we're going to be, what we've gotten over the week. Like I said, we've talked DC, Black Adam. We've talked the new studio heads. There's nothing new there. There's no news announcements as far as James Gunn and Peter Safran go. And I'm kind of surprised we didn't have anything. But like I said, I await their first announcement of what's going to be going on as we get closer. The next major release we have, or if you want to call Shazam major, is going to be Shazam in March. And after that, you have the Flash, and then from that point, we start running out of the movies. We have Aquaman later on, but at that point, I'm going to assume that we're eventually going to start getting some announcements from their movies. because right now all we have on the slate is our movies that they inherited. So I'm looking forward to hear what they have and what their plans are going to be. So, also had the earnings call this morning from WB. They took a hit again, which should be expected. Their stock is not going to climb above $11 or $12 for another year or so. You bought a company that was devalued and that had $46 billion in debt. That stock's going to be down for a while. And I'm not giving you stock advice, so don't take this for what that is. I'm buying. I'm rearranging my funds and stuff and that investments that I have to buy WB stock, because as soon as things start getting announced, brand new stuff starts getting announced, and things like the Flash, if that's really successful, those prices are going to go up. So I'm rearranging my portfolio to fit WBD stock. So yeah, it's that's going on. But yeah, they took an earnings hit, and but from what it appears like, once again, they expected it fully. Nothing's really happening for WB that they seem to be very shocked about. Twitter and YouTubers seem to be shocked about it and crawling under their beds, but I think that the guys running the corner office this time are a little bit smarter than us. So, all right, real quick. I have to be honest, I didn't like the gender swap. It didn't have as much effect on me as a lot of other gender swaps do. And I mean, Jenna Coleman is great, but that Constantine fit him very well. I think the changes that Neil Gaiman made to bring this to the screen accommodated and complemented his main actor in his universe. So I didn't have too much of a problem with it. They explained why they did it, but it also, like I said, for what you're watching on the screen, for me at least, it didn't cause, it didn't change the dynamic of the story that much, if at all, for me. But that's just me. All right. Yep, notification. Yeah, it seems to be a delay. So a lot of people who will probably get the delay will be on. It'll be after I'm gone. Like I said, I've been on for about 13 minutes or so. 13 minutes. So I got about another 10 or so minutes. But like I said, I just wanted to stop by, say hi. Hi, Aaron. How are you doing? And just like I said, put out some content. Not a big day today. Like I said, not a big day, and across any type of news, entertainment news, anything else like that. I'm gonna watch these Titans probably on my way to bed. I'll watch Titans, and I'll finish watching a little bit more of Andor. I've got a couple more episodes of Andor. Wow, if you're having an uplifting day, do not watch Andor. Holy cow. It's a brilliant show, but man, is it depressing. And it's even more depressing knowing what happens to Andor. I can't really get emotionally attached to his, his journey when I know how it ends. And that's the one thing about prequels that I'm kind of checking out on. So, all right. Yes, I have seen the new Avatar trailer. I'm going to be truly honest with you, and I know I'm going to be in a minority. When I saw the original Avatar in the movies, and it was a big new thing. We weren't doing a lot of 3D like that, and back then IMAX was different. Here in Vegas, you went into this thing, and there was this giant screen, and there was this big wall of seats, and you were kind of like strapped in, and you had these big old glasses on, and that's how you watched Avatar. That's how you did IMAX back then. Now IMAX has been integrated into the screen and in the projection technology, but before, all the projection technology was behind it. So the 3D aspect of Avatar was new, and it was coming out when the technology was brand new. I've never been a big Avatar fan as far as like that goes. I thought it should have won Best Picture in 09, but it got beat out by The Hurt Locker. But now enough time has passed for me. I've lost that electricity for Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. But I understand a lot of people are excited about it. The trailer looks great. If you're into Avatar, this trailer is just pulling you that much closer to it. So I think it'll make $1 billion. I still think there's a lot of people out there that love that story. I don't know if it'll make as much as it made originally, because they keep releasing it. And I don't know if that story holds. I mean, we're talking 14 years ago now, since the first Avatar. So I'm wondering if that story still resonates with people. It'll be interesting to find out. It's getting released at the best time of the year, so one of the best times of the year. All right. Yeah, I enjoy Andor. Like I said, the main thing I enjoy about Andor is the scenery. The scenery of Andor just gives me Blade Runner vibes all up and down, man. Mark Niven, hey Mark, I can't wait for season 2 of Sandman. Andor last was sad. Do you mean sad like emotionally sad, or because it is? It's just, man. Like I say, if I want to get grounded and and lower my expectations of happiness for a day, slap on some Andor. Ugh. I mean, it was like, good grief. And it's just, where the story is going. It's not going to get better for these people. Ultimately, obviously, because of Star Wars and everything else that happens, that they are triumphant. Everything works out. But it's hard to see while you're watching it right now. It's like, oh man. And there's torture. I mean, it's high quality stuff, man. Okay, I don't all right. I don't know if I'd go that far, Vince, but okay. Um, it's just not for me, man. I mean, like I said, when I saw it, I got caught up in all of the majesty that was going on. It was groundbreaking. Avatar in two, I think it was 2008 and 2009. It was groundbreaking. The technology he used to do it, everything. But since then, 1,000 movies have been made like that, to the point where the technology is such that you just walk in, sit down, and there's not a really 3D doesn't add a lot to a movie anymore. I remember when I was a kid, you'd watch a horror movie with 3D and shit would pop out at you, but here it's more depth. It's more depth, and if you're going to do a universe like that and you're underwater, I can see why the appeal is. But back then, that type of 3D was new. Even though we had 3D forever, the type of 3D that Avatar revolutionized was new. It's just like Bullet Cam. I remember when the Matrix came out and Matrix was using Bullet Cam. They were one of the first people to do it widespread. And then beer commercials were using it at the same time because it was the same people. And then every movie started using Bullet Cam. Every commercial started using Bullet Cam. One of those movies, Scary Movie, even made fun of it, so that they had the guy dressed up in the Ghostface costume dodging the bullets like Neo was. But when you first see that technology in the Matrix, that's one of the reasons why the Matrix Resurrection sucked. One of the reasons why it was sucked, and it was kind of poorly received. When 1999 came around, the technology we had then was groundbreaking, but it wasn't what the Matrix was headed towards. Now we've had, every house pretty much has the internet. Everybody has a cell phone. The Matrix isn't special now when you juxtapose it onto modern day society. It just isn't. Our imaginations are been widened by the actual real technology that we currently have. It's hard to make a movie like that these days. Yeah, 2009 was man, it's been that long. Jeez. Yep. The last episode was an emotional sad when the old man passed. Spoiler alert. I guess I should have. Sorry, guys. With Star Wars Tales of the Jedi was me. I haven't had a chance to watch Tales of the Jedi yet. When they first said they were doing a Tales of the Jedi, my mind goes to my happy place in Star Wars, and that's 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. When I hear Tales of the Jedi, I automatically think Knights of the Old Republic. To me, that's Tales of the Jedi. I mean, so Exar Khan, Eula Kodama, Freedon Nad, look up those names. And if you haven't heard of those names, dive into whatever story you can get into those, because Knights of the Old Republic, Freedon Nad Uprising, the Sith War, Jedi Redemption, those are some of the great stories that came out via Dark Horse Comics in the early to mid 90s. In Marvel, the stuff that Marvel's putting out right now, I'm not the biggest fan of. I mean, the cool covers and everything, but the stuff that Dark Horse put out with Timothy Zahn stuff and the Vetch covers and the painted covers was just great stuff. We'll probably do a stream on one of those one day, because those characters are now, I guess, legends. Before they were called the Expanded Universe. And if you get a chance, dive into those characters. But I haven't had a chance to watch Tales of the Jedi yet. That's next. All right. What topics would you like to see on today's science fiction? Always space travel. Space travel to me, space exploration. Even though we're up in space and we're doing things in space, and Elon Musk and Amazon and guys sending people up into space, there's still an ocean of space that we haven't explored yet. Alien life forms. I mean, because like I said, until we meet one, it's fiction to us. So exploration of that reality is there. I don't want to see any more Plague or Pestilence types movies, but cloning, cloning right now is even though we're starting to do cloning stuff like that and 3D printing. When Blade Runner first came out, we didn't have things called 3D printers. Now they can 3D print organs and stuff. You could literally probably make a replicant. Stuff like that would be cool because not only would it be a science fiction topic, it would do what science fiction does best when it's doing it right. It creates a moral dilemma. Blade Runner creates a moral dilemma about creation of life and using it for slavery. A lot of space exploration creates a moral dilemma because it's usually about Earth spreading bad habits that we've developed and possibly spreading them to other planets, infecting other. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's there. So, space exploration, cloning, alien life forms, those are the type of things. Pretty much the same stuff that it's been the last since the science fiction film has been created. Other dimensions and stuff like that, like a show called Fringe, parallel dimensions, explored things like that. So those kind of things. Those would be my top 4 topics if I had to. Tails was good, to be honest with you. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll really like Dooku, yeah, because I liked him in his original form too. So I mean, like I said, he was that old and still doing those moves like he was. All right, did you see Rihanna using Johnny Depp as a model for her clothing ad? Do you think it's a smart move? Yeah. Yeah, because Johnny Depp is still for that guy. I mean, you still see him doing cologne commercials. Eventually, Johnny Depp and the best thing Johnny Depp did, and I'm not taking sides because those were banned topics for a while because I didn't care about him or Amber Heard. Johnny Depp is still a bankable name. He still has a bankable look, and he still has a following. One of the biggest things, the biggest news about all that entire divorce and the whole court situation is that you saw how many people really love Johnny Depp. And if you have somebody that a lot of people love and he has that, he still got even at 58, 59, still has a bankable look. The best thing he did was he fought his case. He put his version of it out there. And like I said, I just thought they were two awful people. But you know what? Hollywood and public life is full of awful people. People still go to see him. So yeah, I didn't think that. I thought it was a smart move. I mean, just based on that. All right, Mighty Rax. I think Star Wars series are making the bet. Them and Amazon. Amazon is doing a lot of stuff on their own. Netflix has some great science fiction. It almost has too much science fiction because there's just too much to watch. There's stuff on Netflix that's been released out for 2 and 3 years that I'm just finding on now because when I finish one thing, it recommends you another. And just Netflix actually has too much science fiction and too much good science fiction too. So but Star Wars is carrying the loaf right now. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think the StreamYard today is acting really goofy. So I'm going to go ahead and let it be goofy. But that's all I wanted to put out. Mainly watch tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, the Sci-Fi Center live. Then Saturday night, 9:30 Pacific time, Sci-Fi Center overnight. That's going to be a really long show simply because it's going to run into daylight savings. And I'm probably going to do some shenanigans as far as getting an hour back while we're on stream. Do some giveaways and stuff like that. And then Sunday night, to be determined, topic to be determined. It will be later on in the evening. And we'll go over some things. But like I said, our next 2 streams we'll have topics. We just won't be. These open mic streams are because, like I said, whatever comes up, I want to talk about. And a lot of times you guys bring in stuff to talk about that I'm not even thinking of, and it makes it interesting. But these next couple of nights will be a little bit more structured. And we'll probably, on the overnight show, we're probably going to send out a link and let you guys join some of the action then. So, but yeah, thank you for everybody who showed up tonight for the brief time we were here. I hope StreamYard gets its act together in the next 24 or 16 hours, I guess, when we go on again. And we will hold on. Let me get rid of that there. and we'll have co-hosts tomorrow too. So we will see you guys tomorrow.